Scheckter away in the United States, racing with Sarel van Merwe this weekend. The field is wide open for the man on pole position, that is Tilanus, to increase his lead in the championship. He's currently lying second, and he is 40 points behind Ian Scheckter, who's on 126. Tilanus is down on 86 points, and he's up there on the front row of the grid. Beside him is John Moni in the March 832 on the front row. Behind him on the second row, Braam Smith in the Ralt RT4. Then Tony Martin in the Maurer MM83. On the third row of the grid, we've got Wayne Taylor and Trevor van Rooyen. The green flag is up as they head off on their warm-up lap. You can see the cars weaving from side to side there. That is car number 15 doing most of the weaving around there. Wayne Taylor warming up these slick tires before this Mazda Series race gets underway. So Ian Scheckter away, and the race is indeed wide open. Tilanus, who's been chasing hard all throughout the season in his Ralt RT4, will be very, very keen indeed to increase his lead in the championship, and that of course could set the cat amongst the pigeons for the rest of the season and make it very, very interesting indeed. In the last couple of races, Ian Scheckter hasn't had it all his own way. We have seen Tilanus racing very, very well. We've seen Tony Martin and Wayne Taylor and Trevor van Rooyen racing very, very well indeed. So the race wide open here today. The cars, and there are some 20 of them in all on the field today, coming into sunset now. They're on their warm-up lap. They'll be coming up towards the start. The red light will be on. It'll be a rolling start as they come up to the start-finish line in just a few moments. Going through Clubhouse Corner now and round towards the S's for the first time. Pretty good field indeed, and it seems to me that Formula Atlantic seems to be getting much healthier as the years go by. We have had a couple of years where we've seen very, very small fields indeed. In fact, I remember one race where it was down to about 8 cars, but today we got 20 cars in the field. The sport becoming very healthy. Up towards West Bank now on their warm-up lap, and they'll be coming down towards the start-finish line, and we'll be watching car number 6, the man on the front row of the grid there. He'll be on the left-hand side of your picture as they come down now towards the S's. There's the full field. There's the crowd. The Braai fire is going. A beautiful, almost spring day here today with that promise of summer in the air, but I hear that it could be getting a little bit colder on. Down they come now, accelerating towards the line. The green light is on, and away they go, and straight into the lead. We have got John Moni as they go down underneath the bridge for the first time. It's John Moni there on the left-hand side of your picture. Car number 7 in the middle there is Tilanus. Who's going to get the inside line? It is Tilanus as they go in there for the first time into Crowthorne and down towards Barbecue Bend, and jostling for position. A very, very full field and very, very tightly bunched indeed as they go through Barbecue and up to the Uxkay Sweep for the first time. And it is car number 6 in the lead. That is Tilanus. Right behind him is car number 7, John Moni. And they're sorting themselves out as they come around here. We've got number 4, Trevor van Rooyen, that yellow car coming in 3rd place there and overtaking car number 10. That was Braam Smith's Ralt, the red Ralt car, in 4th position now as they go up the hill towards Leocop Corner for the first time. And with me in the commentary box, a man who wasn't with me at our last outing here at Kyalami for the plain and simple reason that he was racing, former chairman of the Formula Atlantic Association, Andrew Thompson.
Good afternoon, and as the grid positions from practice would indicate, Tilanus has eased away into a lead which isn't yet comfortable, but nevertheless he's in front. Cars are already spaced themselves out, as you see in the picture there. John Moni in 2nd place in his March, Trevor van Rooyen in the yellow Maurer 3rd, Braam Smith in the Ralt 4th, and Wayne Taylor in 5th place in the first of the Lance, I beg your pardon, which is a locally built version of the Ralt. Very smooth. The drivers are still feeling the track, getting the feel of things. They're going to pace themselves gently for the first third of the race, and thereafter I predict the action will start. Very impressed by Moni. He's a relative newcomer to Mazda Series racing. driving a very cool race, keeping it all together there and keeping the much more experienced Van Rooyen at bay without too much trouble, apparently. Through Clubhouse Corner and down the short straight to the S's, into the first left-hander, Tilanus already with about a 50-metre gap on John Moni. Round the right-hander and up the hill to the very tight Leerkop corner, which leads onto the straight. Leerkop very important, of course, because your exit speed determines the speed down the straight, which is important for obvious reasons. Tilanus, a seasoned campaigner. He's an ex-Formula Mazda South African champion. He's an ex-Formula Ford champion. Dearly loved to win the Atlantic Championship again, but not easy with Ian Scheckter in the field. A win today with Scheckter absent would make all the difference to the remaining 4 races in what is turning out to be an exceptionally exciting season. Alan.
Right, a change of positions there, and we saw Wayne Taylor's land moving back down a place there as they came into Crowthorne. Here is the ding-dong battle going on there. That is car number 15, Wayne Taylor, I think they're in the lead. Is it Wayne Taylor?
Yeah, that's Wayne Taylor ahead of Braam Smith there.
Braam Smith in the red car right behind him there, just being overtaken as they came into Crowthorne that last time. But the real race is developing right up here in the front, as I think Andrew said, it certainly looks as if it would develop. This is Bernard Tilanus moving up into Westbank Corner now at the end of the second lap. 18 laps in this race and onto the straight now. The longest straight, incidentally, in Grand Prix racing here at Kyalami. And certainly a very, very fast one for these Mazda cars. All of them powered by the Mazda rotary engines. And John Moni now is having a real battle there with Trevor van Rooyen right on his tail. Trevor van Rooyen pulls out as they come down to Crowthorne. Is he going to get the inside line as they go through here? He certainly is. And he's right up the tailpipe of Bernard Tilanus. Tilanus, no doubt, glancing in his mirror. John Moni making plans to try and get past Van Rooyen again as they go into barbecue and up to the Oxgate sweep. These 3 cars pulling away now from the rest of the field. Can John Moni get through here? This is a fast part of the course. And Trevor van Rooyen goes through on the inside as they go into Sunset. What a beautiful manoeuvre there as he pulled out, coming out of the Oxgate sweep in towards Sunset. He pulled out, and now it looks like Tilanus trying to go through there in the inside, but no, round on the outside goes Trevor van Rooyen, car number 4, forcing Bernard Tilanus into second place, and John Moni is now pulling up on Bernard Tilanus. Tilanus, as I said, don't forget, is the second place man in the championship. He's got 86 points, and Trevor van Rooyen, now the race leader here, has got 40 points in the championship. John Moni is lying 5th with only 23 points, and of course the points position is going to change today. So there it is, Trevor van Rooyen leading Bernard Tilanus, followed by John Moni.
When Trevor van Rooyen is hot, he's very, very hot. This afternoon he's got the bit between his teeth, and we're going to have a battle royal here this afternoon. Look at those 2 drivers. Tilanus determined to get through. He pushes Van Rooyen out of the way and down the inside under braking for Crowthorne Corner. These 2 have been ardent sparring partners for over 12 years when they started at each other in Formula Ford racing. Both very, very experienced men and very competitive and determined. It's the sort of situation this afternoon which can either turn into a supermoto race, good tactical driving, as long as it doesn't get out of hand. These 2 have been guilty of a bit of bumping and boring in the past, and I hope to goodness that the race ends with both of them still on the circuit. But look at Trevor pulling out of Bernard's slipstream. Went the wrong way that time because he went to the outside, and round a tight corner like Clubhouse, he'll never get round on the outside. Trevor sticks his nose in there into the S's, but worrying and worrying and worrying. He's like a little terrier in everyday life, and just the same in the racing car. Doesn't give up. He's pushing like mad. He was not really in contention during practice yesterday afternoon, but mechanics have obviously been fettling the car, and they've solved whatever little problems there may have been, and these 2 cars are very, very evenly matched as they gradually draw away from the less experienced Moni in his March. Braam Smith just in the corner of the picture there in 4th position, but a little bit out of touch already. Down the straight once more. You see how Bernard hugs the right-hand side of the road to keep the gate closed as it's called, not allowing Trevor to come through on the inside under braking. But I think that we are now experiencing a mid-race lull. They're conserving their energies for the run down to the flag, and the real race will probably begin in 3 or 4 laps' time.
Well, at 3 or 4 laps' time, we will be getting to that mid-race point, because at the moment we are on the end of the 5th lap. They are on their 6th lap, and Trevor van Rooyen retakes the lead as they go into sunset yet again. I don't think I've seen Atlantic racing like this for quite some time here at Kyalami. It's very, very tight indeed. John Moni still holding on very, very well indeed to that 3rd place, and down behind them Wayne Taylor and Braam Smith having their own happy little dice for 4th and 5th places in the race. Tony Martin, whom I would have expected to be right up there with Tilanus today, is holding on to 6th place in his Maurer. I would have thought he would have been a little bit higher up, but he's quite a bit back in the race, and certainly as this race develops here, I don't think I'll see him pulling up with the leaders. But of course, we're only at the end of the 6th lap now. Anything can happen, using up all the track now, and Trevor van Rooyen keeping that inside bit, and there goes Tilanus going to the outside of the track. But as they go into Crowthorne there, Trevor van Rooyen has the right line. Tilanus just can't make it round the outside, and John Moni creeping up a little bit as they came down towards the braking markers at Crowthorne. It looks as if Moni is falling back just a little bit now, just a little bit behind these two out in the lead, but with the way these two are driving, anything could happen. As Andrew said, they've been known for a little bit of bashing, and the fastest lap set up so far was car number 7. That was John Moni, which is pretty good. The top speed recorded down the straight was recorded by car number 8, believe it or not, Brian Ferris, 258.13 kilometers an hour. How about that? And the fastest lap, 1 minute 18.6, set up by John Moni, the man in the white car, in 3rd place, 3rd slot in your picture at the moment. Newspaper blowing across the track there, left by a spectator. There is a slight breeze blowing here at Kyalami today, which makes it a very, very pleasant day, a very, very warm day. Extremely pleasant for these drivers. Trevor van Rooyen now on the outside, going into Crowthorne. Then it's Tilanus, then it's Moni, and it looks as if Wayne Taylor was closing up that gap there.
Somebody's pulled out.
That's
on the
Tilanus.
inside, that's Bernard Tilanus, has stopped on the exit of Crowthorne. Terribly bad luck for Bernard and his championship hopes. It looked as if he was slowing a little bit. The car's on fire there. There's a leak. We need a fire extinguisher on that car. He's pulling it onto the grass.
I don't know if he's aware that that car is on fire.
In fact, I think it's just burning out of the exhaust pipe, which is fairly common with those Mazda rotary engines. But what a dreadful shame for Bernard. It looked initially as if he was quicker than Trevor down the straight, and Trevor being a little bit quicker around the back. But that's all academic now, because Trevor van Rooyen is in a comfortable lead over John Moni. Positions have all moved up one, of course, with Moni now 2nd, Braam Smith 3rd, Tony Martin is up to 4th, having passed Wayne Taylor, who's in 5th place, of course, and Brian Ferris in the smart blue Maserati Ralt in 6th place. There we have Tony Martin, currently in 4th position. He's not that far behind Braam Smith in 3rd, as they go down the straight on the beginning of lap 9. That's a nice little group, with Braam Smith having closed right up on 2nd place John Moni, and this looks like where the race in the second half is going to develop. Trevor has only to stroke it away, nurse the car, don't hammer the engine or the tyres or the brakes too severely over the remainder of the race, and he should have it in the bag. As far as racing certainties go, of course. But here we have the makings of a new battle. Braam Smith, who was running 3rd last time out at Kyalami and was involved in that bit of argy-bargy at sunset in a substantially rebuilt motor car this afternoon, which is obviously doing its work very well. Whether Tony Martin will be able to latch onto them and make it a 3-way duel towards the end of the race will be interesting to see. But very impressive to me is the coolness with which John Moni is handling the pressure in this situation.